In the ancient land of Mesopotamia, where civilization first bloomed, a great king named Hammurabi ascended to the throne of Babylon. His reign, which began around 1792 BCE, would be remembered for centuries to come, not for the battles he won, but for the laws he wrote. Hammurabi was a visionary leader who dreamed of a society where justice and fairness prevailed. He saw the strong preying on the weak, the rich exploiting the poor, and he knew that something had to change. Thus, he embarked on a monumental task to create a single, comprehensive set of laws that would apply to everyone in his kingdom. This was not the first time laws had been written down, but Hammurabi's code was the most complete and ambitious legal document of its time. He gathered all the existing laws and customs of his land, studying them, refining them, and adding new ones to address the problems he saw. He wanted his laws to be clear, specific, and, most importantly, fair, and was the case. After years of hard work, the Code of Hammurabi was complete. It consisted of 282 laws, inscribed on a massive stone pillar for all to see. The laws covered a wide range of topics, from property rights and contracts to family matters and criminal justice. One of the most famous principles of the code was the idea of an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. This meant that the punishment for a crime should be equal to the harm that was done. If a man put out the eye of another man, his eye would be put out in return. This may seem harsh to us today, but at the time, it was a revolutionary idea. It replaced a system where the rich and powerful could often escape punishment for their crimes. Hammurabi's code also established the principle of innocent until proven guilty. This meant that a person could not be punished for a crime unless there was evidence to prove their guilt. The code also set different punishments for different social classes. A crime committed against a nobleman would be punished more severely than the same crime committed against a commoner or a slave. This shows that while Hammurabi's code was a step towards justice, it was not a system of perfect equality. The code also dealt with economic matters, such as setting maximum interest rates for loans and regulating the wages of workers. This was to prevent the wealthy from exploiting the poor and to ensure a stable economy. Hammurabi's code also had laws concerning the family, including marriage, divorce, and inheritance. These laws were designed to protect the family unit and to ensure that property was passed down through the generations in an orderly manner. The code was not just a list of punishments, it was a guide for how to live a just and orderly life. Hammurabi believed that by providing his people with a clear set of laws, he was fulfilling his duty as a king and a servant of the gods. He claimed that the laws were given to him by Shamash, the sun god, to establish justice in the land. This divine authority gave the laws immense power and legitimacy in the eyes of the people. The Code of Hammurabi was a remarkable achievement that had a lasting impact on the development of law and civilization. It influenced legal systems throughout the ancient world, from the Hittites to the Hebrews. Even today, we can see echoes of Hammurabi's code in our own legal systems. The principles of innocent until proven guilty and the importance of evidence are still fundamental to our concept of justice. Hammurabi's legacy is not just in the specific laws he wrote, but in the very idea that law should be a tool for creating a just and orderly society. He was a king who understood that true power lies not in the sword, but in the law. His code, though ancient, still speaks to us today, reminding us of the enduring human quest for justice. The stele on which the code was inscribed was discovered by archaeologists in 1901, and it is now one of the most famous artifacts in the world. It is a testament to the enduring power of Hammurabi's vision and the importance of the rule of law. Hammurabi's reign was a golden age for Babylon, a time of peace, prosperity, and cultural achievement. His laws provided a stable foundation for this prosperity, allowing art, science, and literature to flourish. He was not just a lawgiver, but also a skilled administrator and a brilliant military strategist. He expanded his kingdom, uniting all of Mesopotamia under his rule. But it is his code of laws that remains his most enduring legacy. It is a reminder that even in the ancient world, people yearned for justice and society governed by fair and impartial laws. Hammurabi's code was a beacon of light in a dark and often brutal world. It was a bold declaration that all people, regardless of their station in life, were subject to the same laws. While the punishments may seem harsh to us, the principles behind the code are timeless. The idea that laws should be written down and made public, that punishments should be consistent, and that everyone is entitled to a fair trial are all concepts that we owe to Hammurabi. He was a true pioneer of justice, a king who dared to dream of a better world and then had the courage to make it a reality. His name will forever be synonymous with the rule of law and the pursuit of justice. The code's introduction and conclusion are written in a poetic style, praising Hammurabi as a just and wise ruler. He is described as a shepherd of his people, a protector of the weak, and a bringer of peace. This shows that Hammurabi understood the importance of public relations and the need to justify his authority to his subjects. He was not just a tyrant imposing his will on his people. He was a leader who sought to earn their respect and admiration. The code also reveals a great deal about the daily life of the ancient Babylonians. We learn about their social structure, their economy, their religious beliefs, and their family values. It is a window into a lost world, a world that was both very different from our own and yet surprisingly familiar. The code's influence can be seen in the Ten Commandments and other ancient legal texts. This shows that Hammurabi's ideas about justice were not confined to his own kingdom, but spread throughout the ancient world. The code's emphasis on evidence and witnesses laid the groundwork for the development of modern legal procedure. The code also recognized the importance of contracts and written agreements in business transactions. This helped to create a stable and predictable environment for commerce to flourish. The code's laws on irrigation and agriculture were essential for the survival of a civilization that depended on the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. These laws ensured that water was distributed fairly and that the land was used productively. The code also had laws to protect the vulnerable, such as widows and orphans. This shows that Hammurabi's concept of justice extended to all members of society, not just the rich and powerful. The code's legacy is a testament to the enduring power of the rule of law to create a more just and equitable society. Hammurabi's code was a monumental achievement that changed the course of history. It was a bold and audacious attempt to create a society based on reason, justice, and the rule of law. And while it was not perfect, it was a giant leap forward for humanity. Hammurabi's code reminds us that the struggle for justice is a long and arduous one, but it is a struggle that is worth fighting. It is a legacy that continues to inspire us today as we strive to create a world where all people are treated with dignity and respect, and where justice prevails for all. The code's influence is so profound that it is still studied by legal scholars and historians today. It is a timeless document that speaks to the very core of what it means to be human. The code's laws on slavery were complex, reflecting the social realities of the time. While it did not abolish slavery, it did provide some protections for slaves, such as the right to marry and own property. This shows that even in a society where slavery was accepted, there was a growing recognition of the humanity of all people. The code's laws on medicine were also surprisingly advanced for their time. They set fees for medical procedures and established penalties for malpractice. This shows that the Babylonians had a sophisticated understanding of medicine and the importance of professional standards. The code's laws on construction were also very strict to ensure the safety of buildings. If a house collapsed and killed the owner, the builder would be put to death. This held builders accountable for their work and helped to prevent accidents. The code's laws on theft were also very severe, with punishments ranging from fines to death. This was to deter crime and to protect the property of citizens. The code's laws on adultery were also very harsh. with both parties being put to death. This reflected the importance of marital fidelity and the stability of the family in Babylonian society. The code's laws on inheritance ensured that property was passed down in an orderly manner, preventing disputes and conflicts within families. This helped to maintain social stability and to preserve the wealth of families over generations. The code's laws on adoption were also very detailed, providing a legal framework for creating new family ties. This shows that the Babylonians valued family and recognized the importance of providing homes for children in need. The code's laws on beer and brewing were also very specific, regulating the quality and price of this important beverage. This shows that even the seemingly mundane aspects of life were subject to the rule of law in Hammurabi's Babylon. The code's laws on river navigation were also very important, as the Tigris and Euphrates rivers were the main highways of commerce. These laws regulated traffic on the rivers and established rules for resolving disputes between boatmen. The code's laws on military service were also very strict, requiring all able-bodied men to serve in the army when called upon. This ensured that Babylon had a strong and disciplined army to defend its borders and to expand its empire. The code's laws on religious matters were also very important, as religion was central to Babylonian life. These laws regulated the duties of priests and priestesses and established rules for making offerings to the gods. This shows that the Babylonians had a strong belief in the supernatural and the power of magic. The code's laws on debt and bankruptcy provided a way for people who had fallen on hard times to get a fresh start. This helped to prevent people from falling into a cycle of poverty and despair. The code's laws on slander and false accusation were also very strict to protect the reputations of innocent people. This shows that the Babylonians valued truth and honesty and recognized the harm that could be caused by malicious gossip. The code's laws on the rental of property and animals were also very detailed to prevent disputes between owners and renters. This helped to create a stable and predictable market for rental goods and services. The code's laws on the sale of goods were also very specific to protect consumers from fraud and deception. This helped to build trust between buyers and sellers and to promote a fair and honest marketplace. The code's laws on the hiring of labor were also very detailed to protect both employers and employees. This helped to ensure that workers were paid a fair wage and that employers received a fair day's work. The code's laws on the management of public works, such as canals and temples, were also very important. This ensured that these vital public resources were properly maintained and managed for the benefit of all. The code's laws on the responsibilities of public officials were also very strict to prevent corruption and abuse of power. This helped to ensure that the government served the interests of the people, not the personal interests of its officials. The code's laws on the treatment of prisoners of war were also surprisingly humane for their time. This shows that the Babylonians had a sense of compassion and a recognition of the common humanity of all people, even their enemies. The code's laws on the protection of the environment were also very forward-thinking. This shows that the Babylonians understood the importance of protecting their natural resources and living in harmony with their environment. The code's laws on the education of children were also very important. This ensured that the next generation would be literate and knowledgeable, able to carry on the traditions and achievements of their civilization. The code's laws on the care of the elderly and the sick were also very compassionate. This shows that the Babylonians valued all members of their society and believed in the importance of caring for those in need. The code's laws on the celebration of religious festivals were also very detailed. This helped to unite the people and to reinforce their shared cultural and religious identity. The code's laws on the punishment of corrupt judges were also very severe. This helped to ensure the integrity of the legal system and to maintain the trust of the people in the fairness of the courts. The code's laws on the protection of intellectual property were also very advanced. This helped to encourage innovation and creativity in the arts and sciences. The code's laws on the regulation of trade and commerce were also very sophisticated. This helped to make Babylon a major center of international trade and to bring wealth and prosperity to the city. The code's laws on the prevention of public nuisance were also very practical. This helped to make Babylon a clean and healthy place to live with a high quality of life for its citizens. The code's laws on the resolution of disputes between neighbors were also very sensible. This helped to promote harmony and cooperation within communities and to prevent small disagreements from escalating into major conflicts. The code's laws on the protection of animals were also very compassionate. This shows that the Babylonians had a deep respect for nature and a recognition of the interconnectedness of all life. The code's laws on the regulation of food and drink were also very important for public health. This helped to prevent the spread of disease and to ensure that people had access to healthy and nutritious food. The code's laws on the maintenance of roads and bridges were also very essential for transportation and communication. This helped to connect the different parts of the empire and to facilitate the movement of people and goods. The code's laws on the prevention of fire were also very important in a city where many buildings were made of wood. This helped to protect the city from devastating fires and to ensure the safety of its citizens. The code's laws on the regulation of weights and measures were also very important for fair trade. This helped to build trust and confidence in the marketplace and to promote a culture of fairness and honesty. The code's laws on the protection of personal property were also very strong. This helped to give people a sense of security and to encourage them to invest in their homes and businesses. The code's laws on the punishment of false witnesses were also very severe. This helped to ensure the reliability of evidence and to protect innocent people from being wrongly convicted. The code's laws on the regulation of professional conduct were also very detailed. This helped to ensure that people received high-quality services and to promote a culture of excellence and professionalism. The code's laws on the protection of trade secrets were also very advanced. This helped to encourage innovation and to give businesses a competitive edge. The code's laws on the regulation of banking and finance were also very sophisticated. This helped to create a stable and reliable financial system, which was essential for the growth of the economy. The code's laws on the punishment of runaway slaves were also very harsh. This shows that while the code had some progressive elements, it was still a product of its time, a time when slavery was a widely accepted institution. The code's laws on the rights of women were also a mixed bag. While women had some legal rights, such as the right to own property and to engage in business, they were still largely subordinate to men. The code's laws on the punishment of rebellious children were also very severe. This shows that the Babylonians placed a high value on parental authority and the importance of obedience and respect for elders. The code's laws on the protection of the king and the state were also very strong. This helped to ensure the stability of the government and to protect the kingdom from internal and external threats.